Ajit. Good morning. Yeah, I'm good, doing good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Good. So, can we start now?
Yeah, sure. Ajit.
Yeah, just introduce yourself, your project that you work, and the tech stack overall you have worked.
Yeah, sure. Ajit. So, hi, Ajit. I'm having around 4.5 plus year of experience as Java backend developer. So, total I worked as a backend side only. So, the current project I joined around 1.67 year ago. So, this project is for Stellantis. Stellantis is a car manufacturing company which have like the brands Jeep, Maserati, Citroen, Ram, and all. So, around like 12 brands are there. So we are developing a platform for Stellantis, that is SSDP, Stellantis Service Delivery Platform. So currently, they are using Huawei and Harman product like application to connect the user with their car. So like around 2 to 3 year back, they decided to move to develop their in-house product. So right now, like they are developing this, and the project is still like few feature are deployed, but few feature are still in the development phase only. So here we are working on the microservice architecture. We have like a number of microservices. We are using Java 21 and Spring Boot 3.5.6 versions, and parallelly we are using like the Docker, Sonar, checkmarks, Spotlights for the code quality and all. And for the Git, like we are using the GitHub to manage the repos. So this is the project where like I'm working one of the microservice called API middleware. So we are getting like a request from the API, the API gateway or other microservices to perform certain operation. If a user want to open a door, so we are creating the remote action for them. So like this, we are getting all the requests. So in the application, like a user can control like their car, like from checking the fuels, like to the emergency alert and everything we developed in this. And this is the current project, and the first project I joined, that is from the fresher, that is in the Kelon Global Solution. That is a health-based project where Kelon parent company's Elements Health in the USA, that is providing insurance. So suppose like if a person took an insurance and after some time like he met with any accident, so they need to do the claim of their policies. So the that project is also based on the microservice where we have like a lot of microservices which are intercommunicate to perform the like from starting to end settlement of their policies. So this both project like I worked.
Okay, so you are using Java 21
Yes.
version. So which features that you are using in your current project from Java 17 and 21?
So mostly we are using the record class, field classes, and we are using the pattern matching. This was and like the new switch statement. And from 21, we use this enhanced feature only like from the Java 17 like which came, and but like we have the virtual thread like which we haven't used yet. So yeah, this features we used.
Okay. So record class you are implemented.
Yes.
Yeah, what is the record and what the benefit use of record?
So record is like an immutable class, and that is need like instead of entity and the detail we can use where we want like once the value initialized we will not change. And other thing when we are writing like a normal detail and other classes, so we need to specify we need the constructor, we need the setter getter, and also with the record classes no need it will give by default only. So like this helps us the readability as well, and like this.
Okay. So instead of a normal object, you are using record. But in terms of use of hash map, we are putting key as a normal object, right? But can we put record class as a key in hash map?
Uh, yeah, we can keep because once we will initialize like the fields in the record, it will be as act as a immutable class only. And in
Yeah,
the hash
but
map, like it's
Mhm.
recommended to keep the key as a immutable, so it will not get changed.
No, it's not right. We don't have the functionality that key is required to immutable. But when we put a normal object to hash map, right? So
Mhm.
there are terms that how it will be putting the key as object means what things are required.
So it will check like first the equal and then like the hash code. These two method will come in the picture, where it's check like whether the object is like it will calculate like the index is calculated based on the hash code only.
Okay, so in the record class, is the hash code and equals method is there?
I think by default there is should be implemented because already they are providing the constructor getter setter and also I haven't noticed like this one, but I think like because normally all the normally methods are override like it's giving by default.
Normal methods means the object class, parent
Like
class methods.
yeah, like no need to specify like in constructor and the getter setter and also yeah,
The
I
object
think
class method, we have 10 to 11 method, like in object class,
yeah,
the parent
compare
class of Java. And that's method that override automatically comes into record class or not? Or any specific only came?
yeah, like the default behavior will there because every class should be like extend like it and they're extending the object only, but for the specific scenarios we need to override.
No, you're not getting my question. Is the hash code to string, clone,
Uh,
wait to notify? This is methods. If you are creating any employee class, it's automatically comes in picture because it's inherited from the object class, main class.
yes,
So when you created a record, for example, employee record you have created, in that it came or not?
it will come.
Can check that one. Only these specific methods are came into that, not all method.
Sure, sure, Ajit.
Yeah, no issues. Okay. You are using Stream APIs in your project.
Yes.
Yeah, can you please share your screen and write some code?
Yes. Ajit, let me know once my screen visible to you.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Yeah. So in a string, you just return a first non-repeated character using
Can I
string.
use IntelliJ?
You can use, yeah, you can use anything.
Oh, so 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 like I need to take the string, right?
Yeah.
String is two. Uh, can you help me with
AA,
this? A,
yeah,
A,
AA, BB, C, DT.
B.
Okay, so first non-repeated character.
Okay. First one repeated character. Using a string, Ajit.
Yeah, Stream API.
So so let me um, let me go back to that level 10. So SJ dot use the pairs that will with the end string. And then use the uh, map object that will convert to the character again. Which is just and with this and CS will convert to this one and then uh, and non-repeating character and so uh, like yes collect this one with the group okay, then Awesome. That's like it's a- instead of this, you just need to print all the time.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. Yeah, yeah. So you are using Stream. So do you have any idea what is the terminal operation and intermediate operation in Stream?
Yes, like um, this all our operation from the starting to like this map are all terminal operation which just transforming like one state to another, and this operation will not invoke till like the last one the to list and for loop, like these are the terminal ternary operation, and these are the intermediate operations. Sorry, like Ajit, I would confuse.
Okay. So in the stream, we have two stream like sequential stream and parallel stream. Which one you are using here?
So this is a sequential one, where it's a normal string where like it's fetching like one by one. It's it's passing one by element and it's doing the operation. And when it's come to parallel, we are using dot parallel stream, and it will work it will use the multiple threaded from the function pool, uh, but we can't predict uh, the input like it's taking, because it will work like on multiple threaded, so a lot of operation will start at the time.
Okay. So means the output is not sequential, will not be
Yes.
guaranteed. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
when we are using bulk operation, but the output sequence is not matter at that time, like we are using.
Okay. Okay. So in Java application, you're implementing, have you any which see chance that there is a memory leak? How you can find that memory leak and how you can avoid these things?
So normal memory leak uh, when we created like a manual object, or it's not doing anything, like just holding an memory in the heap, so it's like memory leak where it's holding for a long time. But and we are checking with the we have like JVM commands like heap dump, I think yeah. So we need to enable, so it will give us the log, so we can easily trace or check where the memory leaked is happening.
Okay, how you can avoid while implementing the Java application is
So normal we will make sure if we created like any manual object, so when there is a no use, then we need to like uh, like we need to make sure after the use, like it should be clean up, so the JVM can clean, we need to point to the null, or we will make sure like the JVM will come when the JVM cycle will this GC cycle will occur, at that time it should be cleaned.
okay. Okay. You are working in microservice architecture, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how you communicate asynchronous API when you have asynchronous API in your project? How you can achieve the communication?
So like in current project, we using the Kafka to connect other microservice with asynchronous communication.
Okay, and how you can implement in a microservice means like you are using compatible future anything or
Yeah, like when like in my project when we are getting a list of the wins, so there are some operation where we need to check whether the win came like from the in the request, like the list of the wins are exactly like the wins or not, like because sometimes like there might be a win which is not available like in the DB. So we are using there like the compatible feature, so we can perform all the operation like in a limited time, in the asynchronous communication. And later I think we use uh, apply method, I think. Sorry Ajit, like I checked this a little bit late, a bit earlier. So we are using the apply method where we are combining the result and we are checking.
Okay, okay. So when you are communicating synchronously, but your API call are slow, so which things need to remember or implement? Your API call is slow, how you can make it faster response to the client for
So
synchronous communication?
for synchronous communication, uh, so uh, like uh, uh, to make the response fast, normally we had the Redis cache where whenever we are calling the first time, so we are just checking the data and we are storing the Redis. So we like in the first record is it will check that hit the DB, and then we are keeping in the Redis like the cache. And when the other time like the request will come, so instead of calling the other microservice, so directly we will check in the Redis, so it's available or not. If it is available, then we are returning back, so the response will be fast. Or else we are hitting the DB, and again like we are keeping the data into the cache. So this is the one, I think.
Okay, so cache is improve the performance is faster than database you saying, right?
Yes.
So then why we are not implementing only cache? Why we are using database to storing
Because
results?
caches are the temporary, like we can say, because whenever any service will restart, so the cache will not be there. So and it will be work on the RAM. So if we will use on the heavily sides, then again like the issue will occur. It will consume a lot of memory. So for the temporary frequent data, we are using the cache. And for the DB, as we can store the data for a long time. And yeah.
Okay, and then in terms of DB, how you can improve the performance of the database for query performance?
Uh, in terms of database, if we have like long queries though, and then we can separate like the query, we can divide the query in the and a small segment, so it will take the result fast. And second, we can implement like the indexing. So with the help of we suppose we have the field ID or something which is like a primary type, so we can use the indexing. That will also help us to fetch the data into the fast instead of scanning like the entire database.
Okay, so you know clustered index,
Listed index. Oh no, no.
then you are saying that index are improve the performance of reading, but you know any disadvantage of indexing. If you are creating index on every table, there are some disadvantage of indexing. So you have any idea about that?
Yeah,
What are the disadvantages?
uh, every time like we are adding a new data or something, so we need to make sure it should in that index, I think.
Also,
Mm, indexing. I'm not getting right now, Ajit. Sorry.
yeah, no issues, no issues, no issues. When we are communicating with two microservices,
Mhm.
okay, but you are not getting response from another microservices, or you, if you are able to communicate with downstream, but you are not getting response from some other services or some downstream APIs. So how you can handle in your microservices?
So, normal in my project, we don't have such things because we need the exact data, but we can implement a fallback mechanism where if we are not getting the response from the downstream or the microservice, so we will return a default. But normal we are throwing the internal server error. So we can use like any default response, or we can retry like this.
A circuit breaker pattern you are implementing.
Yeah, we have.
Yes. Okay. You know how we can implement which dependency is required for this for callback method and circuit breaker.
Yeah, resilience for the
Okay. Okay. And can you just explain me the Saga design pattern in microservices?
Saga. Like this is also not there in my project. Yeah.
Okay. No issue. No issue. Any other design patterns that was in Java that you are implementing in your project? Any?
Normally, like we mostly are using the builder because we have the like in a details class, like we have a lot of fields. So most of the time, like we are working on the builder where we can create an object with the as per our requirement field. And the second, like we are using this principle solid design principles. And as we was using the Kafka, so there is a like observer design pattern is as well.
Okay. So solid principles. Can you just explain with the real-time example of this solid design principles?
So in solid, like the S is for single responsibility principle is like whenever we are creating a class, so the class should be do like one type of things only, like the certain operation. Like we have the vehicle class. So in vehicle we have like a lot of classes. So one of the classes like telemetry, which is just holding all the things related to the alert, like the telemetry box. So when we are doing like any another operation, like suppose opening the door related service, like where we have the remote. So instead of adding all the things in a one class, we are separating like separate class. So every class had the single responsibility like to do. And O is for open close principle, where like we have a class where like functionality already exist, but like there is a new functionality is came. So instead of doing modifying the existing class, so we will extend the class. We can extend the class, and we will add the another functionality there. And L for list of substitution, where we have suppose uh, one class that is parent and another is child. So the child class should be whenever we are using the parent class, so the child class should have all the functionality which parent have. So like we can easily replace like the parent to the child. So it should be like it can handle the responsibility to the parent as well. Or I for interface segregation. So normally, like we are doing in this project where we are creating the interface. So every interface have like a small responsibility. So like when the child class is implementing the interface, so it should not be implement the methods which are not relevant as well relevant. So if there is any another irrelevant methods are there, so we need to divide like we need to take in the another interface. So it should not be burdened on the child class. So like this we are segregating the interface. And D for dependency version, where like uh, the like we can say like uh, the object should not be dependent on the higher. I just like this dependency I will little confused. Well, like it should depend on the abstract instead of like on the concrete.
Okay. 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 No worries. No worries. Coming to the Spring Boot, if you are implementing a single microservices, okay, single
Mhm.
microservice, and the requirement is that you have to communicate with two databases. How you can implement that?
So we will define the configuration, the YAML file, like both the DB and we will when it's come to the like the configuration class, we will call the properties from the YAML file. We will read the configuration properties.
Sorry, sorry, not getting your point.
When we are calling two different DB in the same. So first, like we need all the properties, like all the port number and other related things in the application.yaml file, like the YAML file. And when we are creating a configuration class, we will call the external configurations.
Any other thing that we have implement, like which one is a primary and which is secondary? Like how we can understand the Spring Boot application, which one need give preference or because there are you can adding a configuration of two databases, right?
Yeah.
So that will give some ambiguity. So there's need to implement some which decide that which one is primary and which one is secondary. That we need to implement. While you can adding this in properties file, that time also you have to give some primary and secondary keywords to them, right?
Uh,
Yeah, you can check this one. Yes.
yeah.
And when we are facing some bin ambiguity exception, right? When we have you ever seen that one exception?
Uh, like when we have multiple wins, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this we have these two things like at the rate primary. So we will like suppose we have in a confusion class we have multiple methods which are creating the same win. So we will annotate any particular win with the primary. So first it will check this win only, like when we're injecting. And the second we have the at the rate qualifier where we are giving the especially like in the name in the annotation, like this is the particular annotation which will qualify 'em. So these two annotation we are using.
Okay. And when you are communicating with microservices, how you can achieve the security within microservice communication?
So we are using the JWT token, like this is coming. Uh, yeah, like in my microservice, like they already implemented like the JWT. So every request, like they are checking the token which is coming from with the request.
Okay. Can you just bit explain about the JWT? What is the exact flow?
So uh, like and from the API gateway, like when the request is coming, so like with the help of Spring Security dependencies there, so it's generating the JWT token, and it's having the three part like head header, payload, and the signature. So in the header, like we are specifying like what are the algorithm they used, and in the payload like we have the encoded token, and the third is signature. So this is just to check verify like whether it's interrupted or not in the mid. So signature will help us in this. And in my project, like in service, we are doing the encoding with the uh, way 64, I think. And we are checking all the things related like the like its expiry, like the duration and all.
Can you just explain the how you the your application flow is, how deployment flow? Means once you are getting the task, how implement, how you can pull your code, push your code, and how the deployment actually it will be work in the production.
So, Ajit, like for the production, like they are not involving us, like mostly the team lead, like they are doing. But the flow
Mhm.
is like we have the GitHub repo where we are like repositories there. So from like we have the main branch. So in the main branch, first we are getting the ticket. So we are creating a feature branch with the help of the ticket number, and we are doing our changes and creating a pull request. Then like we need around three approval. So with the once approval, like once we will raise the pull request, we are using the team city here, which will trigger a pipeline. So in the pipeline, like first it will build the project, and after that, like we have integration test. So the integration will occur, will trigger. After that, like they are with after the project, like they have the spotless and all the sonar as well, which are checking the code quality. Once all this will done, like they're creating a Docker file. After Docker, there is another pipeline that is for artifact. Artifact is creating it's creating an image artifact, and it's pushing, and there is tag creation is also there. So once the tag is created, we are deploying. Like I deployed to the int stage only. So in the int, like we are deploying the tag version. So we are using like the TeamCity here.
Okay, so you are deploying on dev environment and
Normal,
UAT.
yeah, like this two only they give the access, but for the pre-prod and the prod, like there's we don't have.
Okay, then so in your application, how you can manage dev and UAT properties? Like in our microservice, we have application.properties file. So how you can manage that? How you can externalize that properties?
So we have the Helm repo. They are we have the environment based YAML files. So every environment have their own YAML file, which are managing the DB related things according to the environment. And normally we are using like in the when it's come to the local, we are using like uh, um, profile the profiling things the dev and int normally.
Okay, and where you can upload secret files, like for dev and UAT, there are different secret and configuration files is there, right? So where you can upload that files.
This is also
Well,
the DevOps team is handling the secret, like they're not saying even I don't know. But for the configuration, like we are using another repositories there with this Helm, where we define this configuration. But for secrets, there is some path like they give, but
mhm.
we
Like
don't
some
try.
certificate, yeah, like some certificate is actually required sometime when we are communicate to downstream. So that certificate, how you can in Helm, how you can define that one, like volume mount. You have seen somewhere in Helm that we have volume mount configuration.
Um,
Okay,
no,
no,
I
no.
didn't see anything.
Okay, no issues. So in Kafka, you are working in Kafka for asynchronous communication.
Yes.
Yeah. So why Kafka you are using, and what is the advantage of Kafka?
So, we have this, I work like this RabbitMQ and Kafka. So, in Kafka, like the latency is low because we are working on the automobile. So we need we are more focusing on the latency. So the event should be take like with as little as time. And the second, in the Kafka, like we can hold the data for some computation things. So because we are doing the analytics as well, so easily, like instead of pushing one by one, we are using the batch type of things where we are storing the event. So other microservice will do instead of just going with the one to one event, we are doing the some analytics type of things. That's main like we are using the Kafka.
Okay, and what is consumer group in Kafka?
So in the consumer group we have multiple consumer, but they are working in the consumer group suppose we have five partition, and if we have one consumer in the consumer group, like then the one consumer will consume the five the partition. But we need there should be another consumer which also need to read the same. So we are defining another consumer where because a one consumer can we read only one partition. So when we need uh, when we need other consumer should also read the data from all the partitions, so we are using the other consumer group, and that we can put the consumer particular consumer, and it's managing the consumer as well. When we have more number of consumer, then the partition, like then the consumer will be idle.
Okay, if your three partition and consumer will be four, then how?
So like it will map one partition to one consumer, but like the last one will be ideal. It will be ideal till like the any consumer will get down or something.
Okay, and what is the dead letter queue in Kafka?
Uh, like dead letter queue, I was used like in RabbitMQ, but in Kafka I didn't. So, but there was we have the retry mechanism of the like three times. So like it will retry three times like to the consumer whether like it's consumed or not. Even in the retry the three times also like it's not consumed, then the pushing the event to the dead letter.
Okay, okay. And in your application, you are following auto commit or manual commit for the Kafka messaging once you are reading the message.
We
So
are
which
doing
one
the
you follow?
normally we are doing the auto commit. Like
Uh, Okay, so that's all about from my side. You have any question for me right now?
yes, Ajit, like what about the tech stack? Like, is the same tech stack like we are using like for the hiring for the project the hiring is going on like.
Yeah, the same stack we are using, like Java 17 version we are using, same stack like Kafka we are using, and chat Kubernetes and all that. So tech stack will be the same. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, nice.
yeah,
Ajit, any
but
feedback like for me right now?
yeah. So on some Java core areas, you have to focus on that, the memory management side, how the internal working of anything that the question is came on your mind. So how it will be internally working. So you have to focus on that. So in design patterns also you have to just focus. Microservice like Saga, you are not using in your project is okay, but you have to know about how it will be working, where exactly it will be the fit, the Saga design pattern, circuit breaker design pattern. So all microservices design pattern, you just go through that one. Okay, and some database concept like the basic concept also you have to not aware about like indexing side. So just go that not deeply, but just the basic at least you have to understand that one.
Sure, Ajit.
Yeah, so on three things you have to just and mostly on some scenario based question will be the in client round they will be the asking. So just prepare for that in microservices. When you have microservices, any microservice was down and suddenly you have received multiple calls. So how you can handle in your microservice, how you can scale up your microservices, how you can apply rate limiting your microservices. So in API gateway patterns also you
Yeah,
a design pattern you have to just go through that one.
yeah, sure, Ajit. Because it's like automobile, so the Saga was not implemented like
Mhm.
the transactional things, but definitely like I will cover up this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
this was all.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Ajit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.